Okay. I just got done working some of those Iowa cobbles. That is a shame. And I'm going to try to do something with this one. I'm just going to try and see. It's going to be some semi-okay stuff. I heat treated this. I found it in a farm field. I'm up in northwest Iowa, so we have just a lot of glacial till. So there's not really a whole lot that we can work with. And I just kind of was experimenting. Yikes. I was experimenting with just different rocks, just throwing them in the roaster, seeing what would do what, and I got pretty lucky with this stuff. Oh, darn it, it broke. That's how you know it's brittler than heck. I got lucky with this stuff because I found out that it worked pretty darn all right. No idea what it is, why it changes, but yeah, it is something. I think it's neat. I just like using local material. Doing somewhat good stuff with it. Get a close up on it. Might be able to utilize that flake, maybe. I'm making no guarantees for any point. Not even a style. Frankly, I don't even know what I'm going to do with this. Come on. There's a crack in there. There's a crack in there. I think I can see it. Runs through there. Can I separate them out? Oh, darn it. I thought it was going to make a nice little sheet for me. Shoot. Question is, could I still salvage this? I don't know. I'm going to record a video as if I can. Because it works. It does work. It works okay. It's fine. You know. Is it life-changing? No. Is it pleasant? No. No, it is not. Do I like it? I kind of do, yeah. It's just pretty stuff. It's pretty local stuff. I got a soft spot for it. Even if it's filled with knots and nastiness. Anytime that I can pick up something from the ground, it just feels a bit more authentic, you know? I really need to. You don't use this stuff to display your skills. Let's just say that. Maybe you do, I don't know. If you can make something recognizable out of material that's garbage, is that considered skill, I guess? I don't know. Yeah, I should say too, if I go radio silent, I'm trying to focus on it, because stuff does demand focus. Dang it. I didn't do it. Hoping that it would behave and go up for me, but it did not. Yeah, nope. It's just gonna shatter. Crack. Crap. Oh, I'm making it worse. Oh no. Oh no, I should have been going way steeper of an angle. In fact, I'm gonna go the other way. There's that other crack in there. Wonderful. It makes me thrilled to see that. Yuck. This is just cursed. So this big thing is, it's just cursed. through. I should get out copper. I'd be careful doing it this way. So we'll split it. We'll split it right along that, right along in there. I tell you what, too, you work some of this for like 2 hours, and you go to some obsidian, it's life-changing. It's like, oh my goodness, it just works. It does it. It does what I needed it to do. Like my basalt challenge, this is the type of stuff that I would, shoot, I would stick in the same camp as that. So I'm not, no, that one's pretty strong. I'd stick it in the same camp as that stuff, yeah. It's not great. Workable, yes. Preferred, heck no. But sometimes you just gotta. I'm gonna go to my copper again. How bent is it? It's a little bent. I gotta pound that flat. If you got an angle in the rod, it kind of does like weird stuff, or at least for me. Go up, okay. So thin in there. Dang it, I'm so upset that that didn't work in there. So now it's just, whoops. That's just kind of a mess. Maybe I can go this way. Oh, went through the crack. That's good. That's always a good thing when you can flake it through a crack, because then you don't have obstacles behind the crack that you gotta try and dance around. And I will say too, working it with this indirect rod is much, much easier. I can't imagine trying to do this with like antler and stuff. My goodness. I guarantee that there's people out there that can do it, but I would not be one of them. And look at how deep that dove in there. Yuck. Use that though. See how this goes. This is reckless. It worked though. That didn't work. Shoot. That's okay. It's okay. We're still good. We're still good. We're still cruising. Okay. Don't like those holes. This is the kind of stuff where you just got to be positive no matter what, because it's like, oh, cool. Because this is definitely a type of rock that'll just give you one after another. Just whammy, whammy, whammy. And you're like, oh my goodness. Can I catch a break, please? Yeah. You might be able to. That's pretty. If you're wondering what I'm doing with those flakes when I'm setting them to the side, I have a little debitage jar that I keep little bits of flakes in. I don't know. I like the aesthetic. Especially when it's stuff that I found here. It's just extra cool to have around. Especially because if I do find artifacts that are made out of stuff, can see if I've used it before. You're like, oh, hey, yeah. I do have an arrowhead. I have a couple flakes. I actually have a couple flakes now that I'm thinking about it. That are arrowheads that are made out of material that I've worked before. Yuck. I don't want to go too crazy there because I don't want to send it down into there. That's going to be fun, FYI. That's going to be fun to fix. I'm just not going to think about it right now. I mean, heck, if it lives on there. I mean, this is a rock challenge, so it's not like I'm expecting success every time. I mean, I didn't expect, well, I did expect success every time when I did my basalt challenge. That was dumb. So now I'm just kind of like, if it's a rock challenge video, there's a good chance that I won't really worry. That is really bad in there. That's really, really bad. Yikes. It doesn't go all the way through though, which gives me hope. But don't know. Oh, I should have abraded that. That was dumb. I don't want to give myself hope. You say that expectation is a gateway to disappointment. And that is very true with Iowa rock. You're going in there expecting you're going to make a beautiful thing. Sorry, Chief. That's not how that works. Be careful with that. Yeah, see? I don't want no. Let's not. Sure, there's plenty of you going to. Like, I wouldn't even waste my time on that if I knew that there was a crack going through there in the way that it is. Well, that's fine. I'll do it. I'll do it for entertainment. Because this is like, also, this is kind of the level of stuff that some people have. This is like all that they have available to them. They don't have really good rock at all. They just kind of have stuff like this that, you know, ain't great. It's just not good. I don't want them to feel discouraged. I really don't want to hit here. Okay. I'm just seeing it snap in half. I'd rather it snap in half early while I'm kind of trying to do this cleanup phase than later. Because then it's like, oh, well, okay. I've only wasted 13 minutes instead of like an hour. Ooh. Oh boy. That's not doing nothing. That's so bad in there. That's so bad. Actually, I think. Jeez. Sorry. I paused the video when I do the sharpening on my rod, or at least getting rid of the rock stuff, because I don't know. I do it a lot. And I don't want to make people sit here and watch me file for a majority of the time. I want to let them watch me struggle in other ways. Yuck. Straight and nasty. Yeah, that's going to be... Unless I can find a way to get through all that. which I just kind of did. Dang it! Why do I always do that? That sucks. Darn it, I was hoping I could go all the way up there. I could go all the way up there and take care of that. Shoots. It's like, well, this side looks good. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna go. I can't really go up straight into it because the crack runs diagonally through it. If I was gonna do it, I need to trim it way back. And I don't think it's gonna do it. I think this is just gonna snap it, but that is diabolical. Look at that. The chalky piece in there, that's why it wasn't going through. Did we still continue? The very known dangerous obstacle? I don't know. I mean, I'm still kind of going. I'm not going to get it very thin, I'll tell you that much. I'd have no interest in making it any thinner near that area. Maybe I do, who knows. There's going to be a ugly little clunker point, but yeah, that's a challenge for you. Again, the fact that I'm able to get this far already is just beyond me. Locked in. That's bent. Straighten that out here. There. thing out there. Remember why we're avoiding this middle. Honestly, it's just the best I'm gonna have to take. Jeez, I didn't expect to compound it though. Is that through? Holy smokes, that did go through. Oh my lord. Oh. Oh no, the anxiety is setting in. Oh no, no. Oh, I hit hard there. I don't have like a lot of desires to keep making it thinner, if I'm being honest. The desire for that has mostly left. I kind of just want to do like pressure flaking now. Is any hard shock could really mess this bad boy up. I'm just seeing if there's anywhere that I could use another. Again, it's not going to be razor thin, but I mean, look at this stuff. I mean, if you watch any of the other videos on this stuff, you know that it's not. She ain't exactly what they call primo material. As much as I want to thin out this big hump here in the center, I just don't want to do it because that's where that big crack is. I'd rather have a complete point than trying to gamble with, you know, something. It just might not be worth it. Like, yeah, I can understand how cool it'd be if I thinned through it and I got it that thin, but I want something for the shelf. I want something for the collection. Especially if it's Iowa material. What am I going to make out of this? Got to decide. Part of me almost wants to make a Scottsbluff, but I know the second that I manifest any like inkling of wanting to make a specific point style, the universe says, actually, you're not going to do that. No idea why. Just loves to see me suffer, I guess. Gotta be so careful in there, because that whole crack, that runs right through there, and that'll open up like no one's business. Did somebody mention me? It's saying right now. Is somebody talking about me? Do I need to make myself known? No. You can just stay there and wait. I'll get to you in a little never. I will say it does pressure flake very pleasantly. It's not super resistive or hard. Well, that is a heat treat, so naturally it's brittle. So it is pretty glassy in the way that it flakes. Need to trim this down just a little bit. Maybe I won't do a Scottsbluff. I don't know. I got no idea. I got no idea what I want to do. I could whittle it down into one, I think. It might not be a super picturesque. I don't know. It might not be a super picturesque. I can't speak. Picturesque Scottsbluff, but I'm gonna make it. It's either gonna be that or kind of just like a stemmed point. I'm gonna work on this tip here a little bit, kind of slope it in. Also give me a chance to thin out this tip area just a bit more, because I don't want to be doing a bunch of like super hard strikes on it, because that's how you break it. If you're doing hard strikes from the tip and the base, you'll run into shock issues. This is scary. Where you'll send like a shock wave through the point and you'll snap it right in half. And I tell you what, I've done so many basal strikes. It's just, and I still do them. I've been doing this for like a year, and you'd think that it'd be like, oh, well, I'm not going to do that because I know that that's going to snap the point. No, it's always, what it always is for me is I can get away with that, can't I? And then it says, no, you cannot. Try again, sir. And then I get mad. Occasionally my points will experience a very rapid like disintegration. They hit the ground really, really hard. They accelerate super duper fast, and I don't know how they do that. They just kind of like fly, and they fly and they hit the ground, and they just, I tell you what, they just kind of shatter into a lot of pieces. God, it is sharp too. Like it doesn't mess around in the sharpness department. See, and I can't do very much in there because I'd like to, hold on, I'd like to fix a lot of that, but it's just the crack that's in there. I can't do it unless I risk breaking the point. So I just kind of gotta leave it, don't I? Which, you know, I guess it is what it is. I'm just kind of doing shaping right now. A lot of this is just shaping it down. Kind of giving it those sloped sides. It's not going to be like super needly like some of them are. Yeah, I would love to fix that center line and take a lot of that off. I just can't do it because if I put too much pressure in that area, one, the flakes aren't going to go anywhere because of the crack that runs all the way through there. And then I just risk, I just risk losing it. Oh well. I mean, I'll tell you what right now, if I found this in a farm field, just how as it is right now, holy moly, I would be just elated. I'd be so stoked. I'd be like, oh my goodness, it's real. It's real. It's so real. Sand off that base just a little bit, because now we kind of got to get into the shaping phase of where we want to decide, how's the blade profile? Is it okay? Kind of got to bring this in just a little bit more. Whittle it away. You know, some people won't like the very visible serrations I'm giving, but it makes it feel sharper. Some YouTubers mentioned that the serrations don't like change a whole lot for the cutting, and I was able to find that study where they put a bunch of serrated points and they tested their cutting ability to just regular like flat side sharpen points. Sure, there's a name for it, I just can't think of it. And yeah, they just kind of perform the same, which is interesting to me. I don't know. My guess is like where the benefits come in are when you're dealing with like a moving object and it's like moving, and the serrations have a chance to like, you know, do their thing a bit more once they're inside the animal. They get a chance to move around, whereas a blade, I don't know. I got no idea what I'm talking about, really. I'm just kind of like going off of my intuition and a little bit of gut feelings, but that's archaeology for you. A good portion of it is kind of just hypothetical and just kind of make hypotheses for what you think are somewhat right, and by golly, if they're right, they're right. And if they're not, nah. I feel like if you speculate and you have reasonable, like if you have reasonable sound basis for your hypothesis to like back it up, this one's higher than that one, isn't it? Then I feel like it should be at least considered, or people should at least be able to have like a respectful conversation about it, because it's like, yeah, this is the reason I think of this. It's like either I have this experience or this is what I've found, but you know, I don't really know too much about any of that stuff. This is a dude who breaks rocks in his garage. Also should say, I'm not clamping down on the point right now. I'm just holding it. Will you please? Thank you. I'm gonna lose it. Thank you. We're kind of getting there. Again, it's gonna look a little funny on this side because of that weird bulbous area, but not a whole lot that I can do about that. Let me see here. Yeah, it needs to be. What's going on with it? Something about it's funky. I think it's just the stem, because the stem has this curve to it. I'll do a little bit of a curved base to it. We can try to preserve as much of it as possible. Send a couple more flakes uphill there. Whoop! Almost dropped it. I'll just sort of double check here. Yeah, this one side's a bit weirder. I think it's deeper. At least it feels deeper. It's deeper, and I think it's just a touch shorter. So let's move it up slightly. That's definitely more in line, I'd say. The rest of it might just be the contours and the shadows playing their silly tricks on me. Sweet. I'm gonna grind this stem. And I think I'd be fine calling her good, as long as the symmetry. Symmetry's still a little weird. That's better. I think we got it pretty much. Do a little sharpening pass. Get those serrations on there. At least do my best to add some teethy teeths to it. I like toothy points. They're kind of fun. I think I have a LaCroix on my list that I want to make. Yeah. Second. There's one. Yeah. You know what I'll call that? Is it beautiful? In its own way, yeah, I think so. I mean, considering that we had, like, the death crater right there, where it was a crack that ran through that entire thing right in there, through there, that whole thing's probably like a chalk pocket. All things considered, if I found this in a farm field, you know, I'd be happy. I'd be so happy. I'd be a happy camper. And I mean, it's really pretty stuff. Like, look at it. It's almost like snowflakey. Don't worry, I'll get a nice little clear shot here for you where I stick my flashlight underneath it. And it's sharp. It's quite sharp. But yeah, just a nice little stemmed point. Here, let's get that translucency going, boys. You ready? I got blinded. No, this one's not as transparent as some of the other ones. It's translucent enough. But yeah, I would have expected there to be just a bit more to it. But, no. Not bad. Not bad. I'll take it. I'm gonna do 37 minutes. Oh, geez, I think I did that pretty darn quick. Could this kill something? Absolutely. If I found it in a farm field, would I be stoked? 100%. Am I proud of it? Yeah, I am. We'll make a fine addition to the local Iowa material shelf. I might pick at that a little bit with my little horseshoe nailer, but yeah, I'd say she's good. Thanks for checking it out, guys. More to come.